What is up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today is Valentine's Day, so because of that I wanted to shoot something kind of lovey / relationship related. So because it's February 14th, that means that exactly a week ago Devin and I celebrated our first 6 months of marriage. And even though when we got married we had already been together for 10 years, going into the marriage, I didn't think it would really change very much about our relationship. I really just thought it would just make me feel more secure, I would change my name, and it would make things more official. But honestly, it's changed a lot more than what I expected. So in today's video, I decided that I'm going to be doing the 6 things I learned in my first 6 months of marriage. So the first thing that I learned is that getting a new name is insane. It is such a crazy experience. And before we got married, I had a couple moments where I almost felt kind of weird about getting a new name, because it's kind of like the person that I had been my whole life literally isn't going to exist anymore. I know that's, I'm still the same person, it's just a different name, but it was just kind of sad in a way to think that, I've been this person for, at the time, 24 years, and now that person isn't going to exist anymore. Like, I'm going to be a whole different person. I mean, it's definitely bittersweet to give up the name that you had had your entire life and to get something totally new. Changing your name, for one, is not as bad of a process as I thought it was going to be. I had thought forever that when you get married that your last name just automatically changes if you check a little box and you decide to do it that way. That does not happen at all. So I actually made a whole video talking about the name change process, so I will include that if you guys haven't seen that before, but it really wasn't that bad. And I think one of the reasons why it wasn't that bad for me is because I stayed very organized with it. So I made a list of all the things that I had to change, every single account. I made a list of everything, and I broke them down into categories. And I had thought that having a new name would feel really strange and it'd be super hard to get used to. I've only accidentally written my maiden name one time and I caught it right away, but other than that, I just automatically think of my new last name. It just comes so natural to me, and it's crazy because I got used to seeing it and writing it very, very quickly. It's weird because now that we're 6 months in, I changed my last name on everything within 3 weeks. So everything that I possibly have ever had was changed within, I think, 3 weeks, or maybe even a little bit sooner than that. So when I get stuff in the mail, that has my maiden name on it, it's so strange to see that now. I look at it and I'm like,
who's this?
The second thing that I learned is that some things really don't change. So I know for couples who don't live together before marriage, obviously a lot more changes for them, but for Devin and I, we had already been living together for over 6 years. So, I mean, we really knew each other very well. We knew all the ins and outs, all the bad habits, all the good habits. I mean, that was super easy to get used to because we had already done that for so long. So none of that stuff changed, and we kind of already had a routine. So that was really easy to get used to because it's what we had already been doing. With that being said, the third thing that I learned is that you don't just become a wife, you really have to learn how to be a wife. And that's something that I'm still working on. I'm always trying to get to know myself the best that I can, work on myself, find out any of my flaws, anything I don't like about myself. I'm trying to work on so that I can change to be the person completely that I do want to become. And I know that's a never-ending project that I'm always going to be working on, but in that same sense, I'm not just working on becoming a better person, I'm also working towards becoming a better wife and learning how to be a better wife for my husband specifically. So it's, learning how my husband needs and wants to be loved. When does he need downtime? When does he need free time? Things that he enjoys, things that he truly is super passionate about, and just completely supporting him 110%. I've learned that nothing is more enjoyable than watching how passionate your husband is about something and just seeing how much joy that brings them. That's what makes him happy, and you have to be happy as individuals to be happy together. So it definitely does feel way more secure than just being a girlfriend or a fiance even, but aside from the emotional and mental change that you experience, you also have to remember that legally everything is shared. So every mistake that you do is going to fall on your husband and vice versa. We've always been very smart and good with our money, so that hasn't really been an issue at all, but it's definitely something that you always think about, because when you make decisions, you don't have to just think about, okay, well, how is this going to affect me? You also have to think of, how is this going to affect my husband? So basically, any thoughts of I and me become we. Every single decision that you make is now a decision that you make with your husband. So, you know, if I want to go do something or purchase something, I always make sure that I check in with my husband first to make sure that he's okay with it too, because it's not just my money, my business anymore, it's his too. The fifth thing that I learned is that everyone assumes that you're gonna get pregnant and have babies right away. I never thought that so many people would ask me about children in my entire life. And I don't take offense to it, like, it's totally fine. I'm not upset when people ask. And I know, like, when I've talked to other newlyweds, they've said that, you know, people ask about having children a lot, but I feel like I get asked, so are you gonna have children?
Oh, when are you gonna have kids?
So how many kids are you gonna have? Oh, how many kids do you want?
Are you gonna start trying for a baby right away?
No, no we're not. We will cross that bridge when we're ready to cross that bridge. So like when I'm working, I'm seeing my patients and, you know, we keep updated on each other's lives and keep tabs, and they know that I just got married. A lot of them ask how everything is going and how everything went, and the next question out of their mouth, like 90% of the time, is, well, are you gonna have kids? Oh my gosh, it is so crazy. Like, I did not think that that was just gonna be the natural aftermath reaction that everyone has to getting married. Like, yeah, I understand that that's usually the next step for people, but like, we just got married. Yeah, we've been together for a decade, but still, for us, having kids is not something that we had planned or wanted to do right away. We still want some more time for ourselves and to make sure that that's really the path that we want to go down. There's other things that we still want to do and achieve before we become parents. Number 6, being able to say husband is so nice. Devin and I are very big on cards, and we get each other cards for every holiday. We're not big gift people. We definitely have a love language that is more quality time, but cards are definitely our thing, and we take our cards very serious, and it is so nice to be able to go to the store and pick out a card that says wife or husband on it, instead of having to always avoid those cards whenever we go to pick them out. And it's so nice to go in and be like, oh, I can grab a husband card now because I have one of those. Internally, it feels really nice to be able to say husband, and I feel like when I'm telling stories, instead of just saying, oh, you know, well, Devin, I'm like, well, my husband did this, my husband did that, and well, my husband and my husband, just because it's so nice to finally say it after waiting to say it for so long. And I feel like, too, when people find out that you're married, they seem to, I don't know, respect you more, or just like take you more serious, because even though that we had been dating for so long, like when I would tell them things, I feel like they just didn't take you or your relationship as serious. Like, you don't seem as, I don't know, grown up maybe. And then after you are, people just, I don't know, I feel like they look at you different, like you become more of an adult, I guess, after you're married. I love being a wife, and I'm pretty sure I bought 2 shirts that say wife on them within the first week of being married. I was so excited to be a wife. It's just, it was wonderful. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed that. If you are a newlywed as well, then let me know in the comments down below if you relate to any of the things that I learned in our first 6 months of marriage, or if you have something else that you learned, maybe something that I forgot to mention, let me know down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for your love and support. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy my videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss any of my videos. And also, if you enjoyed this video, you maybe want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit that like button so I know to make more. Thank you for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.